You might have just created one of the greatest draft classes in NBA history. We're gonna start off at the end of the 95-96 season, where we see Malcolm Hutchinson win MVP and Defensive Player of the Year on a loaded Grizzly squad with Fergus Crumble, Otis Mayfield, Jedediah Malone, and Will Wells, who was a first-time All-Star and the most improved player that year. That expansion draft was crazy, I ain't gonna lie, y'all gonna have to bear with me. Mike St. Bartholomew won 6th Man of the Year again. I literally can't make it up. I can't make it up. Why? Lord, why? After being traded to New Jersey in the 95 offseason, St. Bart led the Nets to the finals against Ricky Simmons and the New Orleans Jazz, where New Jersey won the series and Mike won his 2nd ring alongside another Mike who won a 2nd ring. Nah, that shit crazy. Gerald Muhammad and Eric Jackson were also on that team, and Muhammad won the finals MVP. I don't know how, but he won that motherfucker though. So the talk of the league that offseason was all the upcoming talent that was in the class of 96. The Chicago Bulls was fucking abysmal after Jordan left, so when the draft lottery came around, the Bulls ended up getting the #1 pick in the draft. But unlike any of the other classes, it wasn't a clear-cut #1 guy. UCLA had the Terrence twins. One of them was 6'10" and the other one was 6'3". That don't make no fucking sense at all. Who the fuck made these niggas? Syracuse had a powerhouse with Clark Jackson, Flunder Ballard, and Jaquan Diesel, who won the 96 NCAA tournament. Kaiser Johnson from Ohio State, Cornelius Witherspoon from UConn. It was a lot of options, a lot of niggly options. Now when draft night came, the Bulls didn't know what they was about to do. Originally, they were gonna pick Freese Jones from Carolina, but nah. He ended up going 4th overall to the fucking Clippers. The Chicago front office decided that they were all in on a Canadian big man by the name of Darren Seats. He was a 7-footer with a lot of upside, good hands, great footwork, post moves that work. I ain't gonna lie, it was pretty hard for Chicago to pass on this dude. Now in the summer of 95, a 7'3" giant walked into the Adidas ABCD camp. Nobody knew who this kid was. Yeah, he was tall, but who cares? Can he hoop? This 7'3" giant dominated on both sides of the floor. It seemed like this nigga could do pretty much anything. By the end of the camp, everybody knew his name was Nathaniel King. He left that camp ranked as the #1 player in the class of 1996 and had every college coach in the country and NBA scouts at his sold-out high school game. He decided to enter the draft, and he went 2nd overall to the Atlanta Hawks. It was 3 more players in this class who followed the Craig Harden route. Kyle Washington's little brother Kane was dominating at St. Patrick's High School, averaging 40 points a game, putting defenses to shame. He ended up going #6 to the Kings. Cassius Gamble was a 6'8" wing who moved like he was 6'2". He was a super athletic corner specialist type of player that Seattle desperately needed, so they took him 14th overall. We got another Leroy Johnson. He got picked in the 2nd round. We really don't know much about this nigga at all. We don't know anything about this Leroy. Get him the fuck off the screen. Witherspoon went 7th overall to the Mavericks. Jaquan Diesel went 8th overall to the Raptors. Flunder went 11th to the Sixers. And Clark Jackson went 22nd to Flint. We also have other notable players like Armand Carlson, Kaiser Johnson, Thomas Thomason, Charles Brown, CJ Loki, Rel Banks, Javante and Chris Terrence, Raheem Shabazz, and Leroy Mims. God damn, that's a lot of names. Like I told y'all, this class was deep as hell. The 96 USA team was fucking stacked too. Look at this shit. Look at all these legends. I'll make a specific video about this team if y'all want it. Just let me know. The 96-97 season wasn't anything special, but we do have a lot of redemption storylines. Marcus Aduba was hands down the best player in the league that 97 season, averaging almost a triple-double a game. That I can't even say this shit correctly. A triple-double a game. I can't even make it up. He took home the MVP for that season, 100% deserved. It felt good to see somebody make their way back after being doubted so much. Cornelius Witherspoon was probably one of the most entertaining rookies to watch that year, because he could really fucking hoop, and he was always trying to fight niggas. I don't know what he was on. He won Rookie of the Year, averaging 14 a game. Javante Terrence won 6th Man of the Year. Thank God we finally got a new one. Thank the Lord. Now check this out. Jedediah Malone went from a future role player to a superstar over one season. After he got traded to Cleveland, He went from winning no awards at all in his career to winning Defensive Player of the Year and Most Improved Player, and he got a whole bunch of other accolades. He solidified himself as the best lockdown defender in the league. The All-Star teams were filled with almost all viewer-created players. Y'all the bitches taking over. The second round of the playoffs was probably the most entertaining shit on TV back then. Vancouver versus Utah was probably one of the biggest blowouts I have ever seen so far on this channel. J.R. Baptiste was out with an injury, so BJ and Rondo had to hold it down. But it was too much. LA versus Seattle got real intense. Eddie was on his last season with Seattle. He was sick and tired of playing them. And Otis Mayfield was on a mission to prove that he could live up to the hype he had in college. And he did exactly that after taking care of business and beating the Sonics to advance to the next round. But look at Cassius Gamble on the bench watching. He knew this was about to be his team. Niggas was getting old, tired. Look at the hunger in his eyes. That little nigga starving. Miami versus Baltimore got real intense with Craig Harden and Bernard Ward going at it. But Miami had way too much talent for Baltimore to handle, and they easily went on to beat Baltimore to advance to the next round. New Jersey was trying to repeat from last year. Bart said he wanted another ring, so they bust Detroit ass, and then Miami killed that boy dreams. He fucked over that boy. LA gave Vancouver the business, so now it was about to be LA versus Miami in the finals. The Lakers got straight to business winning game 1, but Miami got their get back in game 2, blowing the Lakers the fuck out. God damn. Mike Ward got a cut on his binky, so he's listed as a day-to-day, but that shit ain't matter because the Heat pulled an iconic win to win the 1997 NBA Finals, the first championship in franchise history. It was a long time coming. Back in '88, a championship in Miami didn't even seem fucking possible, but they got it done, and it was all organic, straight off draft picks. Bernard Ward was the finals MVP. Oh, and guess who was on this team? Kyle motherfucking Washington. The 97 class only had one impressive prospect, Melvin Slaughter from Bowling Green, who was deemed to be the next St. Bartholomew, super elite defender with major upside, and he has an older brother in the league. Wonder who that is. Let me know if y'all know who his brother is. He went 4th overall to the Idaho Shock, a new nut-ass expansion team that David Stern decided to accept. I don't know why. Why? He pretty much did everything a rookie could do for a new team. He was struggling out there, plain and simple. Otis Mayfield put on a show in the 98 season, and he took home the MVP. We also see Jimmy Macklin win Defensive Player of the Year. Okay, Jimmy. He was finding his role after he left Miami, and he was doing pretty good in Sacramento. Here go a name that y'all ain't seen in a minute. Corey King. He won the Most Improved Player that year after 8 years of not doing shit. After some terrible seasons in Minnesota, it looked like he found a home in Denver and was starting to find his role in the league. And the same could be said for Otis and Jimmy. Sometimes you just gotta give these players time. Now check this out. The Miami Heat won the finals in 1998 and 1999 after Will Wells signed with Miami in the 97 offseason. Miami was fucking stacked, dog. It looked like a future dynasty was about to start. And before I go, do y'all know who was on this team? Bro, this nigga ended the episode with 6 rings, bro. I done seen it all, bro. How is he always on the right team? This motherfucker is the luckiest journeyman in NBA history. I can't do it. I done seen it all. I'm done for the day. I'm done.